What's going on, fellas? The NHL 16 ESHL beta is finally here. PS4 had a little bit of delay, but finally it's up and running. I played last night, but the Super 8 Motel Wi-Fi I'm on kind of kicked me out of a few games, but I got a couple of clean games in and enough to give you some quick tips. But first, before that, I have an NHL 16 ESHL beta code to give away to you guys. All you guys need to do is subscribe to my channel here on YouTube, follow me on Twitter at EASHL Goalie, and retweet the contest tweet. Once you've done that, you've entered, and I'll randomly select a winner to get the code and contact that person. I made a new PSN and borrowed a copy of NHL from a buddy, and when I checked my email from my old PSN, a little beta code was sitting in there. So I hope you guys like this idea. I'll do more of this if it's successful, if I ever get something like this again. The winner will probably be selected either Saturday evening or Sunday morning, depending on how many entries we get. So look out around that time on my Twitter for that. Now on to some very quick goalie tips for you guys for the beta. Lots of people have already noticed that your movement is erratic with the new goalies. You're going to need to limit those movements as much as possible. L2 or left trigger is the precision control for goalies. I'm not going to tell you to hold L2 the whole game because I think that's bad advice right now. We don't know yet. But definitely hold it if you only want to move a little bit left or right. So it takes 2 full taps to get from one side of the crease to the other when holding L2. However, if you don't hit the joystick on the edge of the controller and just kind of feather it lightly, you can control a little more of your movement. Once again, I haven't really been sniped. I haven't really played all that much either. But you don't need to come way out of your crease again. Being at the top of your crease is pretty much going to allow you to save most of those high shots. Back to your movement, you can kind of control your tiny movements by just lightly tapping the left stick without L2 or left trigger, but you have to be careful that you don't overdo it or you'll do a huge T-push out of position. And the reason I don't suggest doing this while people are passing it around in your zone is because they shoot your goalies kind of turn sideways, and that's going to allow for an easy goal. So for now, just stick to precision movement, and I'll get back to that later after I've played a lot more. Next, R2 and right trigger is the butterfly, and it's kind of tough to get used to at first, but I like it better on this side of the controller. The same thing as before. Even when you're down in butterfly, hold L2, you'll move way too much otherwise. Only drop down into butterfly when you're committed to making a save. Otherwise, it'll be tough for you to get moving fast enough left and right. This was the same as in 15. You need to make sure a shot's coming or a guy is in very close to drop down. Hugging the post this year has changed. L1/left bumper is hug the post. You have to be moving towards the post to snap to it. It's very glitchy right now. The thing that's changed is now you have to push L1 or left bumper again to get off the post, so you don't even need to hold it. Getting on and off the post is definitely awkward, but it's a new game, and right now I kind of find it a little inconsistent. They made L1 hug the post and R2 butterfly because using 2 fingers on the same side of the controller last year was kind of awkward. But now we find ourselves holding L2 all game anyway, so it's making it extremely difficult and awkward to hug the post anyway because we need that index finger and middle finger on the left side of the controller. So we'll see how this plays out for the rest of the beta. Once again, I've only played a day, so I don't exactly know how it's going to work the rest of the way. I kind of take back what I said about not using the right stick at all. If you don't hold L2 and just tap the right stick gently, you can control how much and how far you slide. It's still very difficult to control, but once people get used to the movement, I can see them actually being able to use the right stick to their advantage. The thing is, you can't hold L2 while you do this, or else it's the exact same distance slide no matter how long you hold it. So once again, no L2 or left trigger, just briefly touching the right stick does a butterfly slide. Look at right here how I used it to make the save on this cross crease. I took the shot and I let go of L2. The skater passed the puck and I tapped the right stick a little bit to the right, not too much, and I made the save. If you try and use the right stick to get back in position, you're gonna find yourself sliding way into your net and letting up a goal. I've seen it happen a lot. I'll cover the rest of the controls when I'm more comfortable talking about them, but like I said, I got to get playing this a little bit more just to get a feel for the position. As of right now, my previous hunch was right. Input lag in the delay is going to affect goalies greatly and render these new controls kind of useless. Hopefully they tweak the goalies. I'm sure they will. I'm not going to bash them that as this is just a beta test. Remember, before you say anything or bash EA or bash the game, this is a beta. It's not the final game. The point is that we test it, give our feedback, be constructive and helpful, and hopefully they can fix it for release. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe for more goalie tips all throughout NHL 16. Remember, this place is focused on goalie, and I will be playing goalie all year, so look here for me to help you. Thanks for watching. See you later.